Jake Noecker here in New York City for UFC 309, and with me, Veronica Hardy. How we doing?
Oh, I'm so excited. I already had a bagel, so, it's just as happy as you'll get me, pretty much.
Well, and the stereotypical question is talking about New York, like how special is it to fight in Madison Square Garden?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing not only to fight here, but to be in a place that I train, that I'm around people that I like, that I love and that support me so much. I saw yesterday that they were having a little get-together watch party, so almost made me tear up. But it's just so cool to have that not only be New York, but for New York to mean so much to me, apart from it being an epic city.
Eduarda Moura, tell me about it. Thoughts on your opponent?
I think, I'm really excited that she's gone up in this weight division. I just, just for the health of athletes, I feel like they can perform so much better, and I'm glad that she's taken this step more towards her health. And I think she's aggressive. She's great on the ground, and I just think she's going to come for my head, as you'd expect her.
Are you coming for her head?
Fight out of a good defense is first, always. But yeah, I'm excited, and it's good because she's so aggressive. In my last fight, I felt like there were bits of it that were kind of boring and hesitant, just because I felt Aldrich. She's an amazing veteran, and she was waiting for me and kind of like tempting me to make these mistakes, and I was trying hard not to. But with her, it's more like the fight's going to start, and it's going to start, and that's exciting.
And to make it 4 in a row at Madison Square Garden would no doubt give you a big bump. You've already been on the rise, your stock that is. So I guess what's next in terms of rankings, opponent? What do you think this win does for you?
I think it depends on the way that I fight. With most UFC fights, I don't necessarily think they go too much in order with rankings, and it's more about how there's people who got signed last year and they're already doing main events, and that just depends. So we'll see on Saturday where I go based on what I do.
And I know focus is on Saturday, but I'd be a fool not to ask. March, London, that lining up?
Yeah, that would be sick. I would really love to fight in London again. Just another place close to home, but a different home. I'm divided in two.
And I guess 2025, tell me about your goals for next year specifically, whether it's opponents or just things you want to accomplish.
My goal is always to improve. I just don't want to, take a lot of fights and then it just gets to the point where it catches up to me because I haven't been able to improve at the rate that I want to. And that's what I love about martial arts. So for me, it would just be about taking the fights that are right for me. Not in terms of opponents, just in terms of date. It's just to get better and fight maybe 2, maybe 3 times. But it'll depend a lot on my health. I'm kind of sick of taking fights where I'm not prepared because that hasn't been that good for me, has it?
I can imagine not, but tell me about main event UFC 309, Jon Stipe. Who you got?
I'm a little bit intrigued. I think Stipe is. I think we might be sleeping on him a bit too much. Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of power. He's looked good. When I saw him down, downstairs in the check-in and stuff, I was expecting him to look a bit older, but he looked good on the scales, and I don't know, man. Of course, I'm not going to pick against Jon Jones, though, as everybody else, just because he's such... I think the grappling is going to play a big part of it. We saw that he's been training with Gordon Ryan, and we saw the wrestling involved in it. I just don't think that he's at his prime, and I think that's showcased with how much he's not wanted to approach the Tom Aspinall fight. Yeah. He wants to, fight other people who are either don't have that good of a wrestling or are a lot smaller, which makes sense. I wouldn't fight Tom Aspinall. He's massive.
And something that's interesting is you took some time off of your career. Mm-hmm. Stipe is coming. Everyone's like, Stipe hasn't won a fight since 2020. He hasn't fought in 3 years. You can relate to this. What does this affect Stipe? In short, is he going to have that ring rust?
Well, Jon Jones had it as well. He had the 3 years off, and then he came back and he fought Cyril Gane. So I think it depends on the individual athlete or what they do with their time. The only thing that yes, Stipe's older, but he's also a heavyweight, so it's not the same as you see somebody that in the flyweight or bantamweight division. But like I said, I thought he looked really fresh. I think he looks great, and he doesn't have the weight on his shoulders that I feel that Jon Jones has. You know, it's about Jon Jones winning again, and maybe his last fight, maybe not. But Stipe is just, once again, the underdog. Come here. Maybe it's because he doesn't vocalize that well. Nobody asks him that many questions. But I feel like that's, it's like playing on house money type of thing. So I'm excited for that fight. I'm excited.
And a consequence that comes along with being married to Dan Hardy is reporters constantly asking you, is Dan Hardy going to fight again? So is Dan Hardy going to fight again?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, really. Yeah, as far as I know, he's not, but he's always down for a scrap.
No doubt. I love it. Veronica, thank you so much for your time. Anything to all your fans before I get you out of here?
Just thank you so much. Thank you so much for the love and the support. I really appreciate it. It honestly means the world to me, and it makes it so much more special. Yeah, thank you.
UFC 309, 2 days. No, tomorrow. Today's Friday. Woo! Fight Night Eve. Veronica Hardy kicking off the card. Don't miss it at Madison Square Garden.